Ethan Gray grew up in a town where dreams were tiny, a town where everyone lived the same routine: wake up, go to work, come home tired, sleep, repeat, repeat again, repeat until life ends. People didn't dream big in Meadow Ridge. They simply survived. Ethan was born into a home that felt more like a battlefield than a sanctuary. His parents argued more than they talked. Their money was never enough. Their love was never steady. Their hope was always running empty. He learned early that life wasn't fair. He learned early that nothing comes easy. He learned early that silence is sometimes safer than screaming. But inside him, somewhere deep, somewhere small, there was a spark, a quiet whisper that said, "There is more for you. Keep going." But life had other plans. Ethan was 17 when his father walked out. No goodbye, no explanation, just a slammed door and footsteps fading into the night. His mother collapsed emotionally. Suddenly, Ethan was not a boy anymore. He became father, son, caretaker, protector, all at once. He got a part-time job washing dishes in a small diner after school. The pay was low, the hours were long. His classmates called him the dishwasher boy. He didn't argue. He just worked. But every night after coming home exhausted, he'd sit near his small window, stare at the stars, and whisper to himself, "One day I'll rise." But life kept hitting him harder. When he turned 19, his mother fell severely ill. Hospital bills piled up like mountains. Debt crushed his shoulders. Dreams felt foolish. Hope felt distant. He wanted to study business. He wanted to build something. He wanted to make a life worth living. But instead, he was drowning. One night, after a long shift at the diner, Ethan sat alone on a cold bench outside, broken, defeated, and trembling. He whispered, "Why me? Why does life hate me so much?" No answer came, just the wind.
Her name was Mrs. Aurora Miles, the owner of the diner where Ethan worked. She was 62, wise, calm, and observant. She had seen thousands of people walk in and out of her diner, but Ethan, he was different. One late evening, she found him washing dishes slowly, his eyes red from crying. She didn't ask him what was wrong. Instead, she placed a cup of warm coffee beside him and said, "You have a fire in you. Don't let life's cold winds put it out." He laughed bitterly. "What fire? I'm drowning." She looked at him with eyes full of understanding. "You're not drowning, Ethan. You're being sharpened. Life is shaping you for something you can't see yet." He didn't believe her, not then, not for a long time, but her words planted a seed, a fragile seed, but a seed nonetheless. Months passed. Ethan worked double shifts, bills increased, his mother's health worsened, doctors demanded money he didn't have. One rainy night, while running to the hospital with urgently needed medicine, his bike slipped on the wet road. He fell hard, the medicines shattered, his body ached, his heart broke. He sat on the cold pavement, rain soaking his clothes, and whispered, "I can't do this anymore." For the first time in years, Ethan contemplated giving up on dreams, giving up on hope, giving up on life. But then he remembered something, his mother's voice. "Ethan, no matter what happens, don't stop fighting." And Mrs. Miles' words, "You're being sharpened." He stood up, shaking, bleeding, crying, but he stood up, and that changed something inside him. Ethan began reading books between shifts: business, mindset, leadership, psychology. He watched free online courses, took notes on napkins during work breaks, listened to motivational speeches while washing dishes. Slowly, his mind began changing. He realized he couldn't control life. He couldn't control fate. He couldn't control pain. But he could control effort, discipline, skills, mindset, actions. He created a small journal titled The New Ethan Project. Inside, he wrote, "Learn one new skill every week. Save 10% of every paycheck. Start a small side business. Become unrecognizable in 3 years." He worked silently, without showing anyone, without proving anything. The world saw a dishwasher, but Ethan saw a builder. Ethan began a small online t-shirt business using borrowed money. It failed completely. He lost everything he invested. Everyone laughed. Everyone mocked him. "You, a businessman? Stick to washing dishes. You're not made for success." Ethan felt crushed, but this time he didn't break. He whispered to himself, "Failure is not my end, it's my training." He analyzed the mistakes, studied the market, improved his skills. He tried again, a new idea, a new strategy. This time, he made his first $100 profit. A small amount, but a huge victory. It was proof that he could win. What followed were the hardest years of Ethan's life. Years of waking up at 4 a.m., working at the diner till midnight, studying during breaks, building an online business quietly, taking care of his mother, crying silently in the bathroom so no one saw, failing 100 times, standing back up 101 times. People thought he was wasting his youth, but Ethan wasn't wasting anything. He was investing it. Success didn't arrive quickly. Success didn't arrive loudly. Success didn't arrive easily. It arrived slowly, quietly, silently, like dawn after the darkest night. One morning, Ethan woke up to an email. Subject, partnership opportunity. Interested? A major national brand had seen his unique product designs online. They wanted to collaborate. Ethan couldn't believe his eyes. He reread the email 20 times. His hands trembled. His heart raced. This was it. The moment he had fought for. The moment he had cried for. The moment he had prayed for. He signed the deal. Within 6 months, his income multiplied. His products went national. His online store exploded. Customers poured in. Success finally found him. And for the first time in his life, Ethan felt something he had never felt before. Freedom. Ethan moved his mother into a better home, hired full-time medical care, cleared all debts, bought her the softest blanket money could buy, gave her the comfort she had never experienced. He didn't stop there. He expanded his business, hired people from poor backgrounds, gave opportunities to those who had none. He created an education fund for kids from struggling families. He donated to hospitals that treated low-income patients. He set up an online platform that taught business skills for free. Ethan didn't just rise, he lifted others with him. He didn't just win, he helped others win too. That was his true transformation. Not money, not fame, not success. Character, kindness, purpose. Years later, Ethan returned to the diner. It was old, rusty, quiet. Mrs. Miles sat at the counter reading a book. She looked older, but her eyes still held wisdom. When she saw Ethan, she froze. He looked successful, confident, transformed, unbreakable. He walked to her slowly and hugged her. She whispered through tears,
I knew you'd rise." Ethan said softly, "You didn't just see my future, you saved it." He handed her an envelope. Inside was a deed. The diner was now hers forever, fully paid. Mrs. Miles cried silently. She had fed him, encouraged him, believed in him. Now Ethan repaid her with gratitude. Ethan stood outside the diner, looking at the street where he once cried, where he once doubted, where he once broke. He whispered one last time, "Thank you, pain. You made me who I am." Then he turned toward his new life, not with fear, but with purpose. Ethan's story teaches one truth. Your struggle is not a punishment. It is preparation. Life hits hardest those who rise the highest. Pain shapes you. Challenges build you. Failures train you. Storms strengthen you. Loneliness sharpens you. And one day you will look back and realize every tear, every rejection, every battle was necessary because it made you unstoppable. If you are struggling right now, remember this: you are not behind. You are in training. Your time will come. Your rise will happen. Your transformation is on the way. Just like Ethan, keep walking, even if the wind is against you.